Hello, and welcome, my friends, to the next video in the Create Better Content series, where I show you how to tap into your creativity so that you can stay consistent with your marketing and reach more customers. My name is Penny, and I'm going to be your guide through this content development process. I'm here to teach you about engaging content and remarkable content and amazing content and all of those things that you use with your marketing messages to reach more qualified customers. And if you want to learn more about creativity and how this can help you develop your content marketing plans, I would love to see you hit that button below and subscribe to this channel. And below in the description box, there are several links. One of the links that you're going to see is for the Content Calendar Blueprint program. This is an email-based training, and it's like a guide that's going to help you not just build out your content calendar, but walk you through the steps to develop a better marketing strategy, as well as to figure out what is the content that goes into your content calendar. Another link that you're going to see is so that you can subscribe to the Marketing Strategy Collective program. This is my group program on Patreon, where you work in a supportive group online space. So you work with other people, and you don't have to do this by yourself. And you can go through the steps to develop your own remarkable content. And you can do this in a way where you don't feel like you're just questioning everything, you're second guessing everything, and you actually can get some feedback in real time. So you see the links below, and you know what to do to learn more. All right, today's video, we're going to keep talking about email marketing. And I want to say that this episode is for you. If you have an email list, but you've stopped messaging, and you've pretty much just kind of ghosted your community. So in today's episode, I want to talk about how you can make your big email comeback. I want to talk about what to say and how to say it. Because if you've ever ghosted your email list, trust me, you are not alone. I have lost track of the number of conversations that I have had with clients, with potential clients, with people that I'm having a Zoom call, discovery calls with, and someone has said, yes, I've got a list, but I don't even know what my login is to get back into the program. I have been gone that long. And so that when I hear those kinds of things, I can hear them making excuses about why they shouldn't be emailing their list, why they're not doing this again, and why they don't think it's okay for them to start back up again because it's been so long, and that's where they are, and this is where it's going to be. So I'm here to talk to them as well as you about this, because here's the thing about this ghosting thing. You don't need to just jump right in and start with an email that says, I know it's been a while since I have emailed you. Because here's the thing. The truth of the matter is, it's never too late to re-engage with your community. Never. Even if it's been months. Even if you feel awkward because maybe it's been years. Even if your list has like 15 people on them and 3 of them are your cousins. This episode right here is going to give you the permission to stop ghosting and start reconnecting and have zero guilt about it. Because here's the thing. I totally get that this happens because there's so many of us with our email list, and we get started and we're so excited about it, and we really understand the whole purpose behind it, and we want to, engage because we know that the sales are in the email list. So we set up our freebie, we get everything going. We've even maybe sent out a couple of emails, and we've got some people going on our list, and it's really exciting. And then life gets busy. And then we haven't, posted anything, or emailed anything in a while. And then we start to overthink what we're supposed to say. We're going to say, oh my goodness, now I'm showing back up again. And then we tell ourselves, okay, we need this perfect idea, the perfect email, the perfect funnel that we need to give them. And we put this in the back of our head while we're still not messaging on our email. And then weeks turn into more weeks, which turns into months. And for some of you out there who are listening, those months might have turned into years. And then what happens? You start to avoid it entirely because you feel really bad about how long it's been, and how long you haven't sent an email. And so you're thinking, well, they haven't seen me talk to them, in months or weeks or years. Why should I do this now? Well, here's the thing, and let me be honest here. Your community, especially those on your email list, are not sitting there checking their inbox every day going, I downloaded that freebie. Where's my monthly emails that she promised me? They're not thinking that. They're living their lives, they're doing their work, or they're working their businesses, or whatever it is that they do. So when you do send them something in your inbox, into their inbox, when you pop up with something, that's helpful or encouraging or valuable, I'm going to put money on it that they're going to be glad, or at least interested, to hear from you. You got to remember, they opted to join your list. They took the action to be there. They're the ones that downloaded something. They're the ones that signed up for a workshop. They're the ones that made the decision to take the action to get on your list. So they asked to be there. They wanted to be there. So give yourself a little grace when it comes to this. You're not starting from scratch. You do have a list of people there. Think of it that instead of you've ghosted them and you're not talking to them anymore, think of it now as you're just picking up the conversation again where you left off. Okay? So if we think about it from that place, it's a whole different scenario in our head versus, the fact that we just didn't want to talk to them because, life got busy and then we got guilty and all of these things. I think a lot of time we are projecting our thoughts and feelings and emotions on everybody else when they're just out there living their lives and doing their work and doing whatever it is that they're doing every single day. So give yourself a little grace when it comes to this. So now you're saying, okay, I am going to email my list again. How am I going to do this? What am I going to say? So what do you say in that first email back? Please, please, please do not write a 2,000 word apology or a big confession about why you haven't emailed them. You do not need to tell them about your personal story. If there's situations that's been happening with you and maybe that's why you haven't, life got busy because maybe you've had an illness in the family, maybe something has changed or shifted within your home life, maybe something is going on in your personal situation that had not allowed you to take the time to continue emailing people. That's your personal story. That's your personal life. You do not owe these people this information. What I do think you do owe them is the opportunity to be transparent, but not dramatic. So when you want to email them back, when you want to send that first email, think of it like this. Like you're saying something like, hey, it's a quick note from me today. I know I haven't been emailing as regularly as I'd like, but I'm getting back into it because I've got some great things to share with you. Something as simple and clean, as clear as that. You're being accountable. You're accepting the fact that you know that you haven't spoken to them in a while, but I'm jumping in here because I've got something great to share with you. Another thing you can do is to reintroduce yourself with a purpose. You could say something like, since it's been a hot minute since I've been in your inbox, let me reintroduce myself. I help, customers who do X, Y, and Z, and I help you do this and this and this. These are the solutions that my business helps you with. And I've got something for you today that might just give you what you've been looking for, and then offer them value. Give them a link to a blog post or a video. Give them a quick tip or something that's related to the reason that they're signed up for your list. Give them a helpful resource, or even just ask them a question to spark some conversation. The whole thing about this reestablishing, this reconnecting email is about connection. It's not a hard sell. This is not the time to pop back into somebody's inbox when you haven't been there for weeks, months, or years, and then immediately try to sell them, especially if it's been a while. So if it has been a while and it's been longer than just a few weeks and you're still looking around for that login to get into your email program, here's a thought for you. Try doing something like this, a 3 email, kind of like a mini series. to warm things up again. And that's how I want you to look at this. I want you to actually make sure that when you sit down to send that first email, don't just schedule one of them. I want you to schedule 3 of them. And that way you know that you are going to stay consistent, and you are going to make sure that you don't just throw out that one email saying, I'm going to be back in your inbox. And then all the stuff that happens with your life again happens with your life again. And then you never do it. So do 3 emails. And I want you to do it like this, like a really simple structure. So like the first email would say, hey, it's me, I'm reconnecting, offer something useful, invite replies or engagement, that whole thing about, I was just sharing at the beginning, earlier when I was talking about, reintroduction and not a hard sell. That's what we're going to do with the first email. So I want you then to schedule a second email. And this could be a few days later. Don't do it the next day. Give them, if they're not used to you being in their inbox, you don't want to send these 3 emails boom, boom, boom in a row. Give it at least, send one on a Monday, and then send the next one on a Saturday, and then send the next one on a Wednesday. Put some time in between these, but not so much time in between these that they start to think, oh, she's not going to email me again. That type of thing. So the second email could be something like a resource. This might help you right now. Share a small lesson, a client story, or a valuable tip, something that is going to pull your business back into the conversation, where you're showing your expertise, you're explaining your services or your products, that kind of thing. So the email second is more of an introduction, but it becomes more of an introduction of the sense of reminding them about your business and what your business solutions are. So then the third email would be more about what's coming next. And this is the point where you're going to make sure that you're going to let them know that this is not going to be happening again. I will be in your inbox every 2 weeks. I will be in your inbox every Saturday morning, or however often you decide that you want to frequently send your emails. Let them know what kind of content that you're going to be sharing. Are you going to be sharing, do you do videos every single week? I'll be sharing my my weekly video episodes. Do I blog post? Do you do live streaming? Is there something that you're doing every single week that you can invite them into? This is the email that'll talk to them about that, so that they can stay connected to you, not just through your email, but in the other ways that you're showing up online. Remind them of the lead magnet or the freebie that they downloaded. How is it that they downloaded this? How is the work for them doing? Dig into maybe some of the prompts or the tips that you gave. And if it was like a workshop that they went to and something that they didn't download from you, invite them to another free resource. Create another resource for them that's going to double up and give them even more value. Just tell them what to expect. Are they going to get weekly emails? Are they going to do monthly check-ins? Are you doing something like quarterly workshops or whatever it is? What you want to do is you want to let them know that you're reconnecting with them and that this is what's coming next, so that they have the opportunity then at that moment to decide if they want to continue staying connected to you. Because there will be points, and I'm not going to lie about this, I'm going to be honest with you, when you do show back up again, there could be some people who are like, I don't remember being on this list, I don't know who you are, or maybe they downloaded something a year ago and they've completely forgotten who your business is. They will unsubscribe. So the idea behind these emails is to make sure that they stay connected and to give them a reason to stay on your list, to stay connected to you. And then from the back end of it, the reason you're doing those 3 emails is it because it's actually going to give you a little rhythm within your workflow. It's going to help you get back into that process of creating email messages on a more consistent basis. And when they start to see these emails show up, especially just these 3, immediately, whether it's, like I said, like on a Monday and then a Saturday and then a Wednesday or something like that, it's going to start to build more trust with them. It's going to give them a reason to keep opening the emails. It's going to give them that line. It's going to let them know That the reconnection was not that you were just trying to sell them something or you were launching something and then you're going to disappear again, that you're here back into their inboxes to help them with whatever it is the challenges that your business does. So if you want to think about it from that place, that is what's going to help you pull this all together and to stop feeling that weird, creepy awkwardness that you're feeling right now about whether you should re-engage with your email list. And I get all of this. And before I wrap this up today, I just want to talk to you about a part that's maybe a part of you that's still a little cringe at the idea of showing back up again. And I want to say this. You're allowed to be a human being. You're allowed to take breaks. And you're absolutely allowed to come back and continue to serve the people who signed up to hear from you. Your email list, the people on it aren't mad at you. They're not upset with you. They're waiting. They're waiting for you. They're waiting to hear from you again. And your voice and your business still matters to them. So go through this process and think about how you can create these 3 emails and hit the schedule and send button. And take this idea as you're moving forward with your email marketing, and understand that marketing isn't perfect. Your business isn't perfect. And everything is connecting the way that it should be. And you got to remember, people are on your list for a reason. That they downloaded something for a reason, and you showing back up again might be the thing that they really needed to hear you say this week. So think about that as you are reintroducing yourself and reestablishing your email list so that you can start to really see some growth in your business. So thank you so much for joining me today. If this episode gave you the push that you need to restart your email marketing, I would love for you to hit that like button and then hit the share button with a fellow business owner. And if you are looking for more of a step-by-step process to develop your email marketing plans, this month in the Marketing Strategy Collective, the workbook is going step by step. It's packed with tools and prompts and everything that you need to build your email strategy. And we're doing everything from just, welcome emails to what happens when you when somebody downloads something. We're working on those email series as well. So come join us inside the Marketing Strategy Collective. You'll get your workbook with all of these strategy prompts and the online support to grow your business one step at a time. So stop working in a solo bubble and join us in the Marketing Strategy Collective in this collaborative space to get the help you need with your marketing efforts. The links are below, and you know what to do to learn more, because you are magnificent, my friend. And let me be the first to say, I'm proud of you. Until next time.